Good day and welcome. You're watching St. Martin News Desk, where we bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond. With your anchor crew, Alston Lawrence, Glenda York, Tiziana Hart, and Mizzy with the Sunshine Report. This broadcast is brought to you by TV15 and proudly produced by Great Bay Media Studios in Phillipsburg, St. Martin. And now, let's jump straight into today's top headlines.
Government is monitoring fuel prices and warns of global pressures. Government says it is closely monitoring fuel and commodity prices as global pressures continue to impact the island. Minister of TEAD, the Honorable Grisha Heilige-Martin, says fuel prices are regulated through a structured system tied to international markets, with recent increases driven by global supply disruptions and geopolitical tensions. She acknowledged the growing pressure on families and businesses, but warned that large-scale relief measures like subsidies or tax cuts would come at a significant cost to government finances. Instead, government is focusing on targeted support while strengthening oversight of the supply chain to ensure fair pricing and prevent irregularities. Officials are also engaging directly with fuel distributors and stakeholders to maintain transparency. Looking ahead, the minister emphasized the need for long-term solutions, including energy efficiency, alternative energy, and stronger economic resilience. Frenchside water crisis prompts emergency action. President Louis Mussington says restoring water to residents is now an absolute priority as rationing continues across the French side of St. Martin. The crisis follows a breakdown at the Gallies Bay water plant, significantly reducing production and forcing island-wide restrictions, including a ban on non-essential water use. Mussington confirmed that 10 million euros in European funding originally set for a new water plant will now be redirected toward urgent repairs of the aging desalination facility. Key fixes include installing new pumps and restoring a mobile production unit, which could take up to 2 weeks to return to service. Officials are also in discussions with water authorities and operators to prioritize emergency works while revisiting a 2023 cooperation agreement with St. Martin in the south to potentially access water from the Dutch side. However, that option depends on approval from French health authorities, who must confirm the water meets European standards. Mussington acknowledged past investments but pushed back against criticism, stating efforts were made to maintain the system while pointing to operational shortcomings. With infrastructure under pressure and demand high, authorities say immediate repairs are critical to stabilizing supply while long-term solutions remain in progress. Fuel prices rise as government ensures pump accuracy. Fuel prices are rising across the island as authorities balance global pressures with local consumer protection. The Ministry of TEAD confirms new fuel prices took effect April 3rd, with gasoline increasing due to higher international oil and freight costs. At the same time, the ministry says newly installed pumps at the Bush Road service station have been tested and calibrated, ensuring motorists receive the correct amount of fuel and clear pricing in Caribbean guilders. However, a member of parliament is calling for urgent action, warning that rising fuel costs are placing additional strain on households and businesses. He's urging government to consider tax reductions, targeted support, and stronger oversight of fuel pricing. Officials say while prices are influenced by global markets, monitoring will continue to ensure fairness, transparency, and stable fuel supply.
Hello, my people. My name is Glenda York of Sit, Sip and Chat and Moms in Paradise podcast. You can find us on TV15 St. Martin, TVC St. Kitts, and on YouTube. Reporting from Great Bay Media Studios in St. Martin, your news desk feature story is coming up. But first, here is Mizzy with the Sunshine Report.
Hey there, it's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Martin, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into the forecast and see how the skies are treating us.
At Talon, we believe connection goes beyond signals. It's about people. From every call, every laugh,
Hi, Merry Christmas. Thanks for calling.
every moment shared across our island,
Game time.
we're reminded this network was built by St. Martin for St. Martin.
I couldn't. Oh, I got you. Don't worry, man. We're good.
When are you coming to St. Martin?
All right, let's go. Go, 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 go.
Here's to staying connected to what matters most. Your connection, your Christmas.
Stay connected to the best of local and Caribbean content anywhere, anytime with the TVC Plus app, the official app of TVC Channel 40. With the TVC Plus app, you can watch TVC Channel 40 live, catch every episode of your favorite shows on demand, watch exclusive pay-per-view content, listen to Voice of the Caribbean radio, and watch and read SKN Newsline. The TVC Plus app is available on all your devices. On the Google Play Store, search TVC and the plus sign. In the Apple App Store, type the words TVC Plus. And we're also available on the Amazon App Store for Fire TV and Fire Stick devices. Search the words TVC Plus. Download today and take TVC Channel 40 wherever you go.
All right, don't miss NewsDesk. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. on TVC. St. Kitts to the world, now streaming everywhere. Sticky Codrington named first ever Carnival Village Mayor. In a historic and celebratory move for Carnival 2026, the St. Martin Carnival Development Foundation has appointed its first ever Carnival Village Mayor, a title now held by longtime booth holder Stephen Codrington, better known as Sticky. The announcement came during the official Carnival 2026 honorary ceremony on April 4th, where Codrington was surprised with the honor, an idea developed by SCDF leadership to recognize outstanding contributions within Carnival Village. Known for operating the popular Eden and No Doors booths, Codrington has built a reputation for not just his own space, but for helping maintain order, energy, and community spirit throughout the village. SCDF says the new title is both symbolic and meaningful, highlighting the critical role booth holders play in shaping the carnival experience. President Eduardo Rajuki joked that with the new title, all complaints in Carnival Village would now fall directly to the mayor. Visibly surprised, Codrington thanked the foundation and spoke about his deep connection to Carnival Village, describing it as a place where he practically lives during the season, from morning to night. Meanwhile, the foundation also honored several Carnival stalwarts for their years of service, including veteran DJ Mix Master Paulie, sound system pioneer Earl Churchy York, promoter Francois Coochie Hunt, and cultural contributor Louis Lamb Chop Richardson. A special tribute was also paid to Mary Bryson, remembered for her dedication to seniors and her lasting presence in Carnival Village. Adding to the excitement, SCDF reports that hotel occupancy for Carnival 2026 is already above 90% in key areas, with many properties sold out. Clear signs of strong international and regional interest in this year's 55th anniversary celebrations. Officials say the growing buzz fueled by digital promotion and influencer visibility is translating into real bookings and economic activity across the island. With a new village mayor, strong tourism numbers, and renewed recognition of its cultural pillars, Carnival 2026 is shaping up to be one of the most vibrant in St. Martin's history. CAFE students focus on growth during Student Success Week. Students at the University of St. Martin are reflecting on a week of growth, connection, and wellness following a dynamic Student Success Week hosted under its Caribbean Academic Foundation Year CAFE program. Held under the theme Building a Strong Foundation for a Bright Future, the three-day initiative brought together students for interactive workshops, group challenges, and wellness sessions aimed at strengthening both academic and personal development. Participants explored key skills including communication, teamwork, and building a growth mindset, while stepping outside their comfort zones through engaging group activities. A major highlight was a wellness session led by Counselor Carol Joseph, where students discussed how they manage stress and learn practical techniques like breathing exercises, self-care routines, and maintaining balance in daily life. Students also took part in creative and reflective activities, including a self-care day, with many describing the experience as refreshing, inspiring, and therapeutic. Facilitator Ralph Contav also contributed to the program, guiding discussions on personal growth and goal setting. Organizers say the initiative not only strengthened students' confidence, but also reinforced a strong sense of community and support within the cohort. The CAFE program continues to serve as a tuition-free pathway for Dutch nationals and residents, helping prepare students for success in higher education and beyond. URSM rejects mayor claims, defends integrity decision. The Unified Resilient St. Martin Movement Board says it's standing firm on integrity and accountability amid growing controversy surrounding VSA Minister Richel Breu. In a strongly worded statement, the party says it is rejecting what it describes as misinformation, selective leaks, and attempts to mislead the public following its call for the minister's resignation. According to the board, the decision was not arbitrary, but based on what it calls serious concerns related to governance, conflicts of interest, and breaches of integrity following direct engagement with the minister. The party also dismissed claims that the move was politically motivated or influenced by individuals, stating the decision was unanimous and grounded in the party's founding principles. URSM further condemned the public release of internal correspondence, calling it a misuse of confidential information and warning that selective leaks only distort the full picture. The board says it is now preparing a comprehensive formal response which will address what it describes as misrepresentations and clarify the basis of its position. URSM maintains that the issue remains one of conduct and accountability, emphasizing that integrity is not optional, but a standard it says it will continue to uphold.
When we come back, we go to our in-depth feature of the day, exploring one of the island's most thought-provoking topics. That's just ahead. Stay tuned.
You know, we all talk about having rights. And yeah, we do.
We have the right to be safe.
The right to learn and get an education.
The right to speak up and be heard.
The right to dream big and build our future.
But listen, rights don't stand alone.
We also have responsibilities.
Real talk, if we want respect, we gotta give respect too.
St. Martin is our home.
So let's protect it. Keep our beaches clean, our streets clean, and show love to nature.
Healthy island, healthy future.
Our parents and guardians do a lot for us.
Let's show respect, talk to them, and listen, even when it's hard.
School prepares us for life.
So we show up, we stay focused, and we put in effort.
We want opportunities, so we work for them.
We are part of this community, every village, every culture, every neighborhood.
Let's be kind, positive, and supportive.
A stronger community starts with us.
And most importantly, we are responsible for ourselves.
We make healthy choices for our mind and body.
We believe in our goals and our voice and our future.
Our rights gives us power, our responsibilities makes us leaders. Together we rise.
The Convention of the Rights of the Child isn't just a policy, it's protection and responsibility. When our children learn their rights, they are better prepared to take on their responsibility. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Youth.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every laugh, every adventure. #1 provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to roll. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them it's there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on.
Before we wrap up, we take a moment each day to check in with our neighbors across the region. There's always a story worth paying attention to. Here's today's regional headline.
Cuba faces deepening energy crisis as UN calls for urgent support. The United Nations is raising alarm over a worsening humanitarian crisis in Cuba, driven by severe fuel shortages and ongoing damage from Hurricane Melissa. According to United Nations officials, the country has endured months without adequate fuel, triggering widespread blackouts and disruptions to essential services. Despite a recent oil shipment, humanitarian needs remain acute and persistent. The energy shortage has had a direct impact on daily life across the island. Hospitals are now facing a backlog of more than 96,000 surgeries, including thousands for children, while vaccination programs have been delayed for infants. Access to water has also been affected, with nearly 1 million people relying on trucked water, a system now strained by diesel shortages. The crisis is being linked to a sharp decline in fuel imports earlier this year, following tightened restrictions that disrupted oil shipments, particularly from Venezuela, leaving the island's already fragile energy system under pressure. UN officials say the impact is being felt most by vulnerable groups, including the elderly, people with disabilities, and pregnant women. Efforts are now shifting toward longer-term solutions, including the installation of solar energy systems to support hospitals, schools, and water infrastructure. So far, over $26 million has been mobilized for response efforts, but a significant funding gap remains as the UN calls this a critical window for international support. Here's a regional fact. Cuba has one of the most developed public healthcare systems in the Caribbean, historically training thousands of doctors who have served across the region and beyond.
Welcome back. Each day we take a moment to go beyond the headlines and look deeper into the issues, people, and conversations shaping life here on St. Martin. Welcome to today's NEWSDESK feature.
Should have been a moment defined purely by celebration when 15-year-old Naja Wyatt surged across the finish line in the under 17 800 meters at the Carifta Games, clocking an impressive 1 minute 53.26 seconds. St. Martin erupted in pride. He held off Jamaica's Martlin Williams in a thrilling final stretch, composed, strategic, and unshaken under pressure. It was smart running, it was confident, and it delivered something historic: St. Martin's first gold medal of the 2026 Games. Across the island, cheers echoed from homes, cars, and workplaces. For a moment, everything paused for a young athlete who carried an entire nation with him and delivered. But as quickly as the celebration rose, so did an uncomfortable conversation. In Parliament, MP Ardwell Irian congratulated the athletes but pivoted sharply to a deeper issue. He pointed out that much of the support that got these athletes to the Games did not come from government, but from the community and private sector. Without that support, he suggested, the outcome might have been very different. And that raises a difficult question. Are St. Martin athletes succeeding because of the system or in spite of it? Wyatt himself made it clear this victory didn't come easy. After falling short the year before, he returned with purpose, discipline, and belief. He spoke openly about pushing beyond limits, trusting the moment, and relying heavily on faith. I prayed, he said after the race. That mindset showed on the track. Even when pressure mounted in the final meters, he didn't buckle. He held his line. He finished strong. That kind of composure at just 15 years old signals more than talent. It signals future greatness. Wyatt's goal may headline the moment, but he wasn't alone. Young swimmer Isaiah Duzon also represented St. Martin with strength, finishing 6th in the boys 11-12 50-meter breaststroke final with a time of 36.56 seconds. A solid performance in a highly competitive field and another sign of the island's growing athletic potential. Even as government leaders, including Honorable Prime Minister Luke Mercelina, praised Wyatt's achievement as a symbol of national pride, critics questioned whether enough had been done before the medals were won. The concern is not about recognition after the fact, it's about preparation before the moment. because behind the gold medal is a reality many are now highlighting. Funding challenges, last-minute arrangements, heavy reliance on community support, and that reality is now part of the national conversation. This is no longer just a sports story, it's a reflection of priorities, a test of whether systems are in place to support young talent, not just celebrate it. Because if athletes can reach this level under pressure and uncertainty, the question becomes unavoidable. What could they achieve with full support from the start? St. Martin has its goal. Its young stars have proven what is possible, but the bigger victory may lie ahead if the country chooses to learn from this moment. Because in the end, the story isn't just about a race that was won. It's about a system now being questioned and a nation being asked, will we only celebrate excellence or will we finally invest in it?
That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Martin News Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday at 8 a.m. on TV15 and across all our social media platforms. From all of us here at News Desk, we wish you a fantastic week ahead. Until next time, stay friendly, St. Martin.